I'm here with David Mitchell from Gartner. He covers sales, marketing, and channel globally for Gartner in the UK. And David's noticed some trends lately in his line of work, and some of those trends involve the buying power and the shift in buying power. Can you explain what's going on there, David?
Yeah, sure, John. And thanks for lunch first.
Oh, absolutely. Lunch is great. We're at a fantastic place, and we're here with Serena, who is just getting back from playing at parking.
Yeah, so I guess that the number one big trend is the increase in the buying power of the CMO. So one of the forecasts we're running at the moment is that by 2017, we think the CMO will be spending more on technology and technology-related services than the CIO in the organisation. We're seeing that marketing power centre being responsible for a lot more revenue growth, complete brand of the organisation, but also increasing the amount of inbound marketing activity, because inbound marketing we're seeing being a lot more influential in revenue growth than outbound marketing. So it's kind of flipping things on its head, with inbound marketing being the real driver for growth, and the CMO being more revenue carrying, spending more on technology, but being much more like a mathematician or a scientist when looking to drive marketing than the creative design person. In many cases they outsource the creative design stuff and keep the really strong marketing analytics that drive revenue growth as the core competency in marketing.
Let's go back 10 years. The CIO had all the buying power in technology. It was a cost center. Is there anything to do with the delivery of what the CIO's job was at the time, or the CTO, or the IT buyer?
Yeah, I mean, if you think back to the role of the CIO a few years back, it was manage your budget, do as you're told, buy IT as cheaply as you can, kick a few suppliers in the head to get lower costs as you can. But very little was on differentiating and growing the top line of the business. It was really a lot of back office stuff. As the CIO got more into the front office, that's when they bumped into the CMO and the chief sales officers more, when they've had to prove their value a lot more rather than just spend the money the best way. Which is why the CMO is coming back into power much as a stronger role. So we see people coming on board with job titles like Chief Marketing Technology Officer. I just love that job title.
Yeah.
It says blend together marketing and technology to drive revenue growth. I mean, that's such a fun job.
We met somebody with that title there, and last time we saw each other. Is that something like?
Yeah, but we're talking to that individual. He's running a Chief Marketing Technology Officer role for a large travel and tourism site, building a lot on Heroku. So he had a fantastically technical team, really strong analytics people, but also able to tell exactly when to run marketing campaigns to drive the maximum revenue growth. I mean, if I remember one of his lines that says in his line of business, 3rd and 4th of January is the time to get your marketing right, because that's the time you get most holiday bookings.
Right.
To get a chief technology officer knowing which day of the year to drive maximum revenue and hour by hour how to optimize those campaigns. So, I mean, you and I have been around a few years. Would you have seen a character like that 10 years ago? Great marketing and a techie?
No, they was too disconnected, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much of this has to do with just the marketing money that they get as maybe in terms of MDF and market development funds and things like that, or accounting practices? Or is it less that than actually that they're charged with growing a business?
So one, they're charged with growing the business, and two, there's a lot more choice in the market. So for example, if you wanted to ramp a sales team in the past, you would have called your HR department, started recruitment slips, hired some people, maybe 3 months later you got the sales guys on board, a month to ramp them to speed, 3 months of non-productivity, by which time the market window's gone. Now you can outsource a telesales function within days. So I'm seeing a huge growth of the volume of inside sales capacity in the marketplace. So I'm talking about that inside sales capacity probably doubling within the next 3 to 5 years.
And by inside sales, you mean telesales predominantly?
Yeah, telesales or web-based sales, but also seeing the increase in deal sizes that those people do.
Right.
I remember in my first days of looking at inside sales, you were happy if someone did a telesales deal for 10k. 250k, 500k is a perfectly normal telesales transaction now. I've seen some in 8 figures, so over 10 million.
Are the telesales people, are they getting more sophisticated in their selling and solutions rather than transactions? Or?
So part of it is a better solution set, but it's also products which are designed to be more channel friendly. Because if you took a product in the past that was designed for direct sales and say stick it through the channel, the product wasn't designed for it. So people are now developing more discrete tactical point solutions that address really well-defined business needs for well-defined user audiences with well-defined benefits. And if you phone into the switchboard and you know the job title of the person you're trying to sell to, the key problems they will have, the examples of where you've helped someone like this before, and the metrics you will change their business with, it's a lot easier to sell rather than going in and asking the question that says, I've got some stuff, who might be interested? So I think the solutions are coming out are much more targeted to specific business areas, so it becomes easier to ramp a sales team through inside sales.
All right. Trend, do you think that's going to continue?
Yeah. Part of it is an increase in coverage model one. So if you imagine how sales used to be the old guys, blue pinstripe suits, would buy lots of expensive lunches for prospects, take them to nightclubs in the evenings, wine and dine everyone. Very old-fashioned gentleman's club approach to sales.
I like that.
I maybe used to enjoy it occasionally as well, but it's very old gentleman's club. Yeah. Sales now is much more professional. It's more about showing value to the customer early in the cycle. Once you've shown value, looking for commitment there. Yes, the relationship still matters, but it's much more professional and business focused. A bit like banking. Banking used to be a big gentleman's club industry. Now it's full of professional, highly experienced quants who are much better at the job than maybe some of the old dinosaurs were. For me, same's happening in sales. It's professionalisation and bringing a bit more science and discipline to it.
Right. Do you have some statistics on that you've gathered around the trend?
So I'm looking at, by 2015, 50% increase in the volume of inside sales. And by 2017, the CMO spending more than the CIO on technology.
So 5 years from now, the CMO is spending more than the CIO.
Yeah.
How do the CIOs feel about this? That they want to be CMOs?
I suspect many of them don't want to be CMOs. They're quite happy in their area. For me, it's a challenge back to them. If they can show that they can grow the business in the same way and can add value in the same way, then some of this might not happen. So if you can get a CTO who can develop all those marketing disciplines, that's a good place to be in that combined business and technology role. If you want to stay in the basement just looking after servers and pipes and speeds and feeds, it's okay. It's probably not the most senior job and the most satisfying one to get you to the CEO's job in the future. Probably more CMOs will become CEOs than CIOs will.
Do you anticipate more CMOs becoming CEOs then?
Yeah. And if you look at some of the recent CMO appointments, you can see lots of potential for them to go on to the next big job in CEO. And if you think of, say, Jenny Romete in IBM, she's got some great marketing expertise in her portfolio over time. See more people like that going to come through with wide business expertise. I can't think of the last time I saw a CIO becoming a CEO.
Interesting. Wow. Well, great research. So, where can people find your research?
Gartner.com. Contact your favorite Gartner account executive.
Yeah, you do have a sales background, don't you? There.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. All right. Well, thanks very much, and thanks for coming to lunch too.
No, thank you, Dan. Good to see you again.
Okay, good to see you. What was that about? Attack of the Clones. What were you saying about the CMO? Okay, first of all, you said they're kicking ass.
Yeah.
In Gartner terms, that means they're doing really well.
Yeah.
And
so I'd moved from English to American in my demeanor.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's trilingual. You know?
Yeah.
Scottish, English, American. But the other part was that they're just taking over as far as social media campaigns. So what was that? What was it?
So if you go back a couple of years, it was really easy to see what was sales and what was marketing. Really dark lines between the two. Marketing did comms, it did events, maybe developed some brochures and some websites. Sales were the real men in the organisation, went out, hunted, killed, and brought home the meat. Marketing didn't do that. Marketing was the aesthetic and the comms.
The fluffy stuff.
Yeah. Marketing is a lot more hard hitting now. The metrics around success around marketing in terms of pure revenue contribution are much higher, and often it's really hard to tell what's marketing and what's sales. So supposing you did a social media campaign to drive engagement with a particular target audience that drove inbound traffic to your store, and that store converted 1,000 leads to deals at $1,000 per deal. So that's $1 million. Was that sales or marketing? For me, that's marketing, but it's got a flavour of sales. So the boundary for me is getting really blurred, which is why I see the role of the Chief Revenue Officer sounding quite an attractive one, to break down these old artificial walls between sales and marketing and just look at how to orchestrate the whole commercial-facing team to maximise revenue and efficiency in delivering that revenue.
I see a new breed of territory management packages coming out that are that are being built to separate out the marketing from sales and opportunities one.
Yeah, or a whole new set of roles for the analyst industry to write about. So rather than writing about just sales or marketing, it's about sales and marketing as a combined package, all under one person.
Yeah. All right. Well, again, thank you very much.
Thank you, John.
Thanks for picking the restaurant too, right? I mean, it's a great place.
It's good.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.